We appreciate it. We're live from the winter meetings, and we got another guest coming on. Hey, you're not the first guest, you're not the last guest, but you are a guest that people tend to like. And that's Colton Cowser.
Love it.
Could have been the rookie of the year. We're hoping
could have been the
rookie of the year. Hey, you had a hell of a year, man.
5 points away, I think.
5 points away.
Was it 4? I don't know. Whatever.
Who's keeping track at this point?
No one even looked at it.
No one looked at it, but a lot of people voted on it. But how you doing? How's the offseason?
Been great. Just been hanging out. Went on a couple of trips. Been doing some rehab, and can't complain.
How you feeling? How's hand?
Hand's good. Hand's good. Yeah,
dude.
Do a lot of things. Look, I can grab a mic.
Then that's good.
Look at that.
See, you don't need it. You know what? Right to the season. Who needs spring training?
Don't even need it.
Do you know what I was thinking? Have you ever been drilled in the hand before?
That's this season. I have actually. Cutter from the Yankee.
Cutter
Crawford. Yeah,
from
Cutter
the Red
Crawford
Sox.
actually hit me. Yeah, with Cutter. No.
Cutter with the cutter.
Yeah,
dude,
he hit me in the hand, but that was fine.
I faced him so many times in high A. Could not get a hit off him. Didn't get hit by him.
Yeah.
But it wasn't good success for me. Well, I'm glad you're feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
I had a hand situation. I got drilled. I remember they were sitting there and they're telling me, hey, you got to check for x-rays being broken. Did you have a feeling it was broken when it happened?
Yeah, I knew it was broken.
And you still went out to the outfield.
Well, I just wasn't sure.
You went out for that inning.
Well, I wasn't sure quite because, like, when I squeezed his hand after it happened, like, I was full, like, adrenaline going.
Yeah.
But I kind of had I just didn't know if it was, like, weirdly bruised or whatever. Yeah. But my knuckle was, like, gone. My knuckle was, like, it's, like, here now. Oh. But my knuckle was, like, down here.
Okay, so you're like something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something doesn't add up.
And it was gushing blood from right here.
Oh, man.
Because it broke through, I guess. So, all right, though. But it did turn out to be a long inning, and I was panicking the entire time because we had the first mound visit or pitching change. I went over to Tony and said, and I was like, guys, I can't squeeze my glove. And then I stayed in. It's kind of dumb, selfishly, but I didn't want to ambush anyone on the bench because they might not have been stretched or anything. But it also got to a point where it was like bases loaded, and I was like, if a ball's hit to me, I have to like nut up here and make a play. So
yeah, well, you did. You went back out there.
We got lucky. Nothing happened.
Yeah, but I saw that. I'm like, oh man, he's running out there. He must be fine. Oh no, he's not going back out there. And, well, look, I'm happy you're healthy, and just knowing the anxiety it can be, and in that circumstance of what's happening. And also, too, the guy you're facing, I forget his name, the lefty.
Yeah.
That dude was tough to see.
Yeah, probably not. Took a chance, sat slider, and it started where I wanted it to, and then it kept chasing me in. So
thank you. This is the example I try to talk about here. And just like we talked about before, ever take a fastball right down the use a different phrase of words there. Yeah. When you're thinking about what's happening, especially earlier on in the game, people are attacking you with off-speed pitches again and again. So you have to, at that point, you took a risk, and then a guy threw a 97-mile-an-hour sinker that ran up and in, and it just was also the fact of where it hit and what happened is so small percentage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Took a chance, didn't work out, move on. That's kind of what you got to do. It's bad point in the game, but you can't reflect on it too long.
No, I'm just glad you're okay. But I like to give the context of it. And people sit on pitches too. Heck, I mean, I've talked with a lot of guys. That was something.
One of the best hitters in our lineup sits on pitches. So, was in our lineup. So
I know you're talking about. He's not going to be in Baltimore now moving forward. And that's unfortunate. That's a part.
Well, he takes educated guesses, but he has multiple different approaches. But a lot of things that works out.
My dad, that was his philosophy. He wanted to sit on pitches. I know Manny Ramirez way back in the day would be like, I'm going to swing at a pitch here and almost try to fool the pitcher to throw it again.
Yeah.
Like, players do that. Players are weird, man. Yeah, but I know.
It's a chess game.
What do you think of the winter meetings?
First time here. There's a lot of people here. It's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, feels like just a big party, honestly.
It really has. And when the Yankees signed Fried, that was it was really buzzing over there. Now it's kind of died down a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then
they got their own station over there, the old Yes Network.
They do. We missed our signage right now. Instead, we got a great backdrop.
No, I love that. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Well, I don't know what's going on back here. We're still trying to figure it out.
I just asked. It's the Scout of the Year banquet. So this is all the scouts.
Scout of the Year
they're
banquet.
About to open up those doors, I guess.
Oh, fantastic. So that's what's going on here. So you just were there with the draft lottery. And you got to see that all unfold here. And the Nationals are getting the #1 overall pick.
I don't know what I think they were 10% before the draft.
It was
like they landed the first pick. It was 10%.
I think the Marlins had the highest of it. And
it was Marlins and Rockies. And it's kind of funny because I know Ethan was projected to go pretty high, and I know that his family thought it'd be easier if they were on the East Coast. And I was like, well,
wow.
It's an hour away, so you just got to play well now.
Yeah, it's technically 30 miles or so, like 35 miles down there. It takes a lot longer. The Baltimore-Washington Parkway, though, is not your friend.
Yeah.
If you drive it, it's not your friend. And Brad knows I've said a lot of choice words on there. And now that 2024 is over, season's done, we moved on. First time, remember we talked about your rookie, like your first time in the bigs. This was your official rookie year.
Yeah.
You told me what you learned in 2023 about adjusting and trying to be one of the guys in the team. What did you learn from this year in 2024?
Yeah, I learned that it's a long year.
No, it's very long.
It's a long year. You're going to have ebbs and flows throughout the season. It's just a matter of kind of just keeping your head on right and not getting too down on your lows, not getting too high on your highs. And I think the big thing was just getting into a good routine.
Yeah.
Having things to do outside the field.
Yeah.
You know how it is. It's just like you get home after a game, your mind's you're at your peak alertness at 10 p.m. So it's like you got to try and wind down a little bit. So guys do different things, but I think the biggest thing we learn is just like how hard the game is, but also how fun the game can be.
It's very hard. It's very challenging, and when you have it figured out, the game reminds you that you're gonna have to figure it out again.
Well, you get humbled quick.
And it's the best in the world to it. I mean, heck, I think people do forget that Aaron Judge was hitting $1 something going into mid-May. And then he said, I'm just gonna hit 400 the rest of the way and just go.
It's actually funny you say that. I was looking at his numbers the other day, his Baseball Reference, and outside of his debut year, his first full season, or like his full season stats, his worst year was an 891 OPS. Pretty solid.
Yeah. Makes you really feel.
Yeah.
Well, that talk about humbling also just shows you how stinking good that dude is.
Oh, man. It's unreal. I mean, 891, I'm sitting there. If I 891, I'm like, if I replicate that for the rest of my
tell
career,
you what, you see the free agency?
Yeah.
A lot of money is being thrown out here. I mean, look right now. So, gosh, Soto just signed for $765 million. He could have bought half of the Orioles at that point. Orioles sold for 1.7, 1.75.
Yeah, post-tax though,
obviously.
He's got federal, he's got state, he's got agent fees, so he's clearing like 45% probably.
Yeah, well, then it's not worth it. I don't know.
Yeah, then he just shouldn't buy the team. He should just play.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Throw it away.
Yeah.
Well, so what are some things that you're kind of enjoying on this offseason? You said you tried to decompress. This is the time for you to kind of relax.
Absolutely.
How's the cowcam going?
I've been taking some pictures. I actually have some pictures from last offseason and spring training that I need to post. But went on a trip to Puerto Rico with my girlfriend. It was great. Decompressed, hung out. But honestly, I think when I did, the time of me breaking my hand sucked, but it also it forced me to step away from getting in the cage too early and things like that.
Yeah.
So, when you try and find the positive, it's like, okay, I can't get in the cage. Just step away from the game a little bit. So just been hanging out, doing rehab, working out, and actually just started hitting, or about to start really hitting. So.
Yeah, well, it's good to take that rest, break. And
it's been
the season's going to be back before you know it. I think it just is a really good reflection for not only you, a lot of the guys. It's a grind. What's just cool is, and I've told you this before, you proved to yourself that you are a big league guy. You can be a really good big leaguer. Now, the goal is, can you be a more consistent big leaguer?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe when no longer you can be a rookie of the year. Sorry, that time is come and gone. Right. You can never have that plaque, but you have a chance to be.
I got a rookie of the month plaque.
That was pretty sick.
Never won another month, but it's all right.
That was good. Well, then you were 3-0 hacking in Boston right there, part of that week.
Yeah.
Talk about confidence right there. And I don't think people understand, when you're feeling good, you were feeling good. You're swinging really 3-0. When you're not feeling good,
I ain't no way in hell I'm swinging 3-0.
So,
I'll take that walk right to first base.
Hey, there you go. It's a game within a game, and everyone was going through it differently. And I try to tell people down the stretch, like even with you guys in the second half, you guys had ebbs and flows of guys finding a rhythm. Tony, goodness, that guy carried things for a little bit, but then other guys, it was a struggle in that type of second half.
I mean, I think everyone goes through struggles. It was just the fact it seemed like a lot of us were struggling at the same time at some points.
Yeah.
Like Tony went through his struggles at the beginning of the year. You know, it took him a while to get going. He's a warm weather player, you know. So once it warmed up, he started going. So, yeah, I mean, ebbs and flows. Everyone learns about it. We're still young and we're learning, but you know, I'm looking forward to going into next year.
I agree, and hopefully you get more chances at some champagne popping, the bottles popping.
Yeah.
What was one of your favorite moments from that? Because that's fun.
Yeah, that was a lot. I think just the whole moment in general was fun. You know, I think that, you know, I was talking to McCann about it, and he's just like, you never know whenever it's going to be like your last one to get to do this. So it's like really just soak it in each one of them. You know, just your time in the big leagues in general can be quick. So it's one of those things you don't want to take for granted. So
yeah, McCann, I saw him about a month ago. Coincidentally, he was doing a card show, and I was doing something with one of our sponsors, Adams Jeep of Maryland, up in Aberdeen. And we just talked for a while after. He loved the group. It's a reality. It doesn't look like he's coming back now, but it's the reality of the business. But you never know when you're going to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
My dad thought he's going to go to the World Series 3 more times because he won the MVP and the World Series his second year in the leagues.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is nice.
Yeah.
They haven't been back since 41 years. And now the guys have been in the playoffs 2 straight years. This is your first full experience.
Yeah.
It's fun. Was the cowcam where it started in at the celebration? That's just where
Cowcam?
The cowcam, yeah.
No, so Cowcam started in spring of 23, actually. And, you know, I took a bunch of pictures traveling in the minor leagues, took some in the big leagues in 23. Then last offseason, I brought it out to California and Oregon for a trip. Still have those in the reserves and, you know, just take pictures every once in a while. And this year I really slacked with it. I took some pictures during spring, and then it really took off for the playoff celebration with that little small digital one that I bought.
That was phenomenal. Are you going to make that a thing moving forward?
Yeah, I'd like to post more. You know, just I think once a week was my goal.
Yeah.
Moving forward, just like whatever road trip we're on, whatever I'm doing at the home series, just like updates, just around the cities, stadiums, things like that.
Gotcha. Okay, a couple more just fun things now. You're a very creative individual. What other things, I guess, besides hobbies, we know the Lego collection.
Yeah.
Do we have another hobby that you're working on? Is there something that you're like, you know?
I've been binging a lot at TV lately. That's not a hobby.
Okay, well, that's a good conversation starter.
Yeah.
What are we binging in the off season?
So I rotate a lot. I love sitcoms. It's just like mindless TV, throw on, watch it. I'm trying to think so I think at the beginning I was finishing New Girl. I've watched it like 3 times.
Yeah.
And then I'm Modern Family right now. I love Modern Family. I think the older I got and watched it, it's like
more you appreciate it.
More appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I'm going to watch next. I'll probably rewatch The Office. I'm just pretty consistent.
Yeah.
So I love recommendations though.
Well, okay. Well, I went back. I like some of the dramas. So I was going back watching Lost. After season 4, it gets a little crazy. Friends is always just a classic for me.
Oh yeah.
I'm driving so much up and down that I haven't been able to watch. I'm really just cursing out on the Parkway. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I try to keep my temper for the most part. And then I just like to eat a lot of food. That's my biggest thing. I'm trying to watch what I eat, but I am trying to perfect the best steak I can. I'm actually trying to get more photos of me cooking steak at night.
There you go.
So maybe if you have any recommendations for how I should cook a steak? How do you like your steak?
Medium rare is the only way I eat it.
Thank you. That's all we need.
Yeah, medium rare. Speaking of, when I was on the trip in Puerto Rico, they had A5 Wagyu.
Oh,
never had it.
And then
I was on vacation. I splurged.
Oh, good for you.
I got it twice when I was there, and it was really good.
Everything you hoped for.
Oh yeah, had to go back.
I think what we need, we're gonna need. I would need to hear some recipes on some food with you. I mean, I think we need to deep dive into some food at some point.
I mean, I've tried to cook more this offseason. I have. But like I'm just routine. I just get a HelloFresh order, deliver 2 meals.
Oh, there you
cook
go.
them up for lunch. Or
are they sponsoring you yet?
No sponsors. Sorry,
no sponsors.
No, but it's just get the ingredients, just cook whatever's in there, and just make a meal out of it.
Cool. Well, any last words? I'll let you get it going, but Any last thoughts?
Are there any fan questions in there? Is that how this works?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of
things. I
hop
in your show when you're live.
Well, why don't you tell me? I mean, what do
we got?
Scrubs is a great rewatch.
Okay. I started watching Dexter during the season.
Married with Children.
Cobra Kai.
Oh, they're saying new home run celebration could be the cowcam.
Okay, I like that.
Let's see what else we got going on.
Atlanta Traffic.
Atlanta Traffic was terrible. Do you know Tyler O'Neill?
I don't know Tyler O'Neill. Actually, speaking of, someone asked me that. He literally followed me on Instagram like 2 hours ago.
He did?
So, yeah, there we go.
Hey, congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
a big moment.
On the gram.
It's a big teammate building activity. So
yeah. I think we're good on a lot of things. Dexter is a great too. There's a new prequel series coming out.
I did see that. Yeah, Dexter Original Sin or something like that.
Do you have opinions on Sopranos?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
No. On the
What's
favorite
Zach doing right now?
I don't know. He's back in the background. He's roaming. What are we doing? Do you have a favorite game from last year? Yeah, Zach, don't worry about
it. Favorite game?
Yeah, what? I was so confused.
I hit the home run against Atlanta. I'd say it's still my first homer game in Boston. I like playing in Boston. I like that setup in the field.
I forget who we were talking about. Well, that was the hand.
The whole series in Boston was.
Yeah, your hands were cold that series.
Pretty much
too.
a seventh of my RBIs came that series. So.
Wow, that was a good part. I don't know. Maybe it was the cold Boston air that time of year.
Also, like kind of right when I started playing though, because I forgot my first start in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, you had to wait, and then you hit that cue ball down the line at home against Kansas City.
Yep,
that was pretty nice.
Just went down the line, hit a cue ball.
Yeah. Sorry, just so you can talk up there.
My bad. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
But yeah.
Any other thoughts? I don't know. I don't want to get you in trouble before you got to go next. So, Ted the series was funny on Peacock. Okay.
I like Ted.
So, something about a deal we'll talk about with that. We don't have to talk about who you're going to be facing in the AL East. I'm worried you're going to see Tony in a different jersey. What? Do you like the wall coming in?
Good one.
I do.
You're a fan. I asked Hyder about that earlier.
I think
he might gives you guys a little more confidence.
I think it helps righties, but I think it helps lefties just as much. I think that for me at least, I used to be a guy that just really most of my power is left center.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've kind of had to alter that a little bit. And I feel like this is going to allow me to kind of back the fastball up a little bit more.
I like that.
And give me more room to work on off-speed pitches. I feel like sometimes I would have to cheat to the fastball more to right center. So it didn't give me as much of room for adjustment when it comes to off-speed pitches.
Well, and you got popped the other way. So that's why if you're able to see the ball a little bit deeper, advantage you. So
I was wanting to get one officially.
You got to finish this, so Jackie, so you can get going though. I know you want to stay and answer all the questions.
Oh, 6?
We're trying to get the wrap up, and he says, "I want to see the fan questions." See, that's what I'm trying to start. I appreciate you, and he also asked,
yeah. I always wanted to go oppo over the big wall, but if they leave, I think they're leaving the old wall up still, so you can still get it.
Do you want me to tell Mike to move it back?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. All right. Wait. Hey, go do your thing. You got to get going.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon.